because your clients have been talking about you and putting these reviews, it helps your SEO for you to rank higher and higher.
Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
All right. So if you were here a few weeks ago, if you saw her last appearance on Agent Power Huddle, she broke down how Google reviews transformed her business. And today, I think we're getting a little more specific and strategic. I don't know if you got your actual presentation with you and ready to rock. All right. We're going to dive in step by step into how to create a steady flow of Google reviews and what that does for your business. So all the way from Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, DFW. Cassie Spears, how are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Fantastic. So I know by the way, after you were here last time, I had a lot of folks that were like, oh, when'd you come back to do it again? I'm like, stick around. It's the 12th. She'll be back. So we have a number of folks that will be watching this replay. Couldn't make it here live. They're like, it'll be recorded around. I'm like, yes.
Yeah. And this will be so this presentation normally takes 45 minutes, 50 minutes, really. So I'm going to go through some of the parts because this all started in 2021. And so it's like 2023, there's better ways to do things. So I'll kind of give some fillers in, like, this is how I did it, but I would, do it this way if I was going to start over, kind of thing.
I love it. I'm going to stay out of your way. Just go ahead and jump in. If you need me, I'm here. We'll ask questions. Otherwise, I'll let you roll through this.
Okay.
You should be able to share your screen.
Yes. Okay. Can you see my screen yet?
Nope.
Okay. Yep, that's the one. Okay.
Let's see. Coming up now. There we go. I got it.
All right. Let me move you guys. Go to present. Okay. This is me. So just for backstory, I have been in real estate this is my 22nd year. So I started at the ripe age of 19. And so this is what we did to increase our online presence on Google, which was kind of existing, but more had to be pushed through ads and things like that on other platforms. We weren't really getting anywhere with Google. So we knew we had to fix that. And one of the things that we set out to do even wasn't necessarily just to get reviews. It was to reconnect with our clients to make sure that they understood that we were thinking about them. So we basically started with a whole plan, like a 6-month plan of how we were going to make physical touches with our clients. And mind you, I've been selling real estate for 22 years. So it's a good number of people. How we would spread that out and how we could better service them. So in this presentation, I'll just go over going through the Google process and the Google My Business platform and things like that, and how we use both of those together to rank #1 when you search for a realtor in Burleson, Texas. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. So a little bit again about me. I have a small team. I also own a property management business that's completely on the side of real estate and manage over 300 rental properties on a monthly basis with a 5-person team. It's myself, my husband, my son got his real estate license right after he graduated high school, joined the team. Taylor's my transaction coordinator and executive assistant. And then we just hired Garrett, who is our professional photographer, in-house videographer, just helps us really get our stuff out very quickly. And again, I'm in the Fort Worth, more than Dallas area. So I'm actually just south of Fort Worth in Burleson. So the first thing is you need to have a Google My Business page. That's just a no-brainer. If you don't have one, the process to get one is easier for some, harder for others. There's ways around getting it set up, but we won't go over all that. But you will need a physical address to get your account set up. So when we started this whole campaign at the end of 2020, we had less than 20 reviews on Google, and we really didn't try to pump that platform or anything like that. I just basically did a Google page, that year at some point, set it up, and my clients just found me and happened to have wrote reviews on there. So we weren't retargeting or trying to get anybody there. So the main importance of that Google profile is to really explain what you do, how you do it. You want to show pictures on your profile. You want to treat this profile just like you would your Instagram feed, your Facebook business page, any information. But the really big key to this is you want to go hyper local. Like I wanted to make it, very much where if you search Burleson or anywhere within the radius that we were coming up. And so that was one of the big reasons to even get this platform going. But we knew from research at the time that reviews were really what helps you rank higher as a business. Because there's people going online saying, hey, I did business with this person. I got these results and I recommend them to everyone. They are going out there and they are telling the public that I had a really good experience with these people. So then Google, in turn, when people are searching for a real estate agent in your area, because your clients have been talking about you and putting these reviews, it helps your SEO for you to rank higher and higher. And we, after probably about adding, I would say 20 to 30 reviews, we were already seeing ourselves going up higher and eventually ending up on the first page of Google whenever you search in our area. So we needed to get back in touch with our clients. We were doing, maybe like less than quarterly, touch-ins and things like that. I also had worked, previously on really getting my online presence and social media. So I was really good to connect with all of my clients on those platforms. So they weren't sometimes hearing from me directly, but they would see things and see, watch our progress as a business. Now, what we did was we started with a lovely old calendar, just like, any other realtor does. But in that, we put a letter and we were like, hey, we want to celebrate you guys. We want to do different drop-offs. We want to just really make sure that we're in tune with you. So if you could scan this QR code, it'll take you, at the time, it was a WooFoo form. So we used a WooFoo form to get information. You could use a Google form now. You wouldn't have to pay a service for that. But basically, we were asking for their information, their birthdays, their wedding anniversaries, their pets, their kids' names, just anything that we would collect. We also knew that we had a big, broad set of clients. So what we did was we took the people that responded to these and we hit them first. So anybody that filled out that form, we started with getting our physical drop-off list going at that time. So we didn't drop off things at the property for a couple of months. But we started our mail campaign. So in this, you'll see where we use simple postcards that we made ourselves. All these templates were made by Taylor. And so it wasn't like we spent tons of money on that. We were at a different brokerage before. We could print things for free. So that was nice. We don't have that anymore, but printing really isn't that expensive. But you'll see how I actually use postcards and mailers and drop-offs, like physically taking stuff to their house. So the first thing we wanted to do was we wanted to make a contest, a competition. And in the first part of this presentation, you're really going to see that it was about like driving the competition. In the end, we did stop doing the competition. We just basically were like, hey, we probably, did it like maybe 4 times in the last 3 years. So we also think it's funny because now that I'm doing this presentation again, it really makes me see, wow, the last couple of months, we've been selling a lot of real estate and been really busy, but we haven't really been like doing the things that we know to do. So in doing this last time, we actually tightened up some of our systems. So I'll talk about that at the end. But basically what we're doing is we're creating a QR code that goes directly to our Google My Business page. We're not asking for any reviews anywhere else. So if a question is, do I get reviews anywhere else? I don't care. The only place I want reviews is on Google. So we sent them a little just postcard like, hey, we're about to go into spring. Here's some tips. And then we're having a competition. So this one actually went to a landing page with a video explaining what we were going to do. Further in this, you're going to see it. Most of the time, you're going to see a QR code. It goes directly to Google every single time. They do have to have a Gmail email. So that is a thing. Most people have one. They just, they don't always access them. So for the month of March, we sent out this. So this was a mailer, not a drop off, but we put in lottery tickets just to give it, just a little bit of a value or a gift proposition there. So again, we said, hey, we're so happy you're our clients. We want to have clients just like you, blah, blah, blah. Here's the QR code. Give us a review. We weren't really helping at that point. Later on, you'll see where I'm really just kind of telling my clients, hey, when you write a review, I need you to say this, or I need you to mention this town, or I need you to mention like this happened. And we need to make sure we highlight on that because we really did save the day on that. And I need to make sure it's on there. So we'll go over that a little bit later. But at this point, we were just trying to get reviews. Like we were fine with us 5 stars, like 5 stars. All those 5 stars will accumulate to help your score, because if you ever get lower stars, then it will help your numbers. So this sent out to everyone, the whole database. So the first postcard went to the whole database. The second postcard went to the whole database. So after this one, we got about 10 reviews. So 10 clients went online and did a review. Now, when I told you in the beginning of this, we own a property management business. So one of the things I've always kind of been like, man, you can't keep every tenant happy. You have little small repair issues and things like that. And plus, when you do it on the volume, like if you think about it, we're working for about 115 investors every month, over 600 to 700 tenants. Like we're dealing with a lot. We come in contact with a lot of people. So we received our first 1 star after, at this point, having probably 25 reviews. We received a 1 star. So we track it down. We took over a new rental property. We gave them a welcome, like, hey, welcome to the Spirits team. This is how you pay your rent. This is how you do it. Never had a conversation. The guy goes on and just gives us a 1-star review. So we're like, okay. And it killed me because I was like, wait, I have this whole plan. We're going to do this stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is why I wasn't doing it before. So instead of pouting about it, I just made fun of the situation. And so I sent this postcard out immediately. And I was like, hey guys, we just got put in 1-star jail and we need your 5-star review to get us out. This postcard was probably our biggest number of reviews that happened at one time, because it starts to just kind of like dilute a little bit and you get 10 or 15. But when you're doing it on a consistent basis, you're going to see how at the end of the year we had 100. So we did, but the 1-star kind of got me at first, but we made fun of it. It was a good little, like I got text messages from our clients, like, who would do that? Like, it was just a really good conversation piece. So, and I thought, it was the end of the world. It wasn't. So when we talk about drop off, so we wanted to get an idea of like what kind of things we would drop off. We wanted some branded stuff, and sometimes branded stuff is expensive. So we wanted to be cost effective, but good quality and stuff that they would actually use and remember us by. And when we started on our research, we found that when you buy things in bulk and you spread them out through so we would buy, a 200 of something, but only use 50. And then we'd use it and we'd spread it out throughout the other drop-off baskets and things. I'll go over in here just the stuff that we did, but you have to think at each time, we're dropping off about 45 to 60 baskets. So anytime you see this and you see our numbers, that's our number that we're basing it on. So this is where this is a postcard that is in our basket. So basically it's like, hey, don't forget we have this giveaway, and these were physically dropped off at the property. Now they've already been notified in January, February, March, this was going on. So really our quarters don't always work out to be like tax quarters or yearly quarters, but they're the Spirits team quarters. So we let them know like, hey, we have this going on. We want to make sure that you've got something in the mail. And we picked the people that we knew. We were like, man, they haven't wrote a review, or they had wrote a review. And we asked their spouse or their significant other, partner, whatever, to go on there and write a review as well. So they could both be entered into our competition. The iPad that we gave away wasn't a big deal. It was just something that we thought would incentivize people. So in this basket, you'll see that it's just little stuff. Like they get better as they go, but it doesn't really matter. It's just the gift, that people like. We have like a chip clip that has our logo on it. We have a koozie that has our logo on it, some candy, some just other little things. So you can see down here that some of our numbers, it's like 125, it's 150. We're not using all of those on each time. We also do closing baskets and stuff for our clients. So sometimes we put the branded merch in there as well. And then we drop those off. Now it is helpful that I have, a 5-person team and we have people, but you can get this done. Everything can be done. You can hire or help out and things like that. So once we were done with our April, we wanted to go ahead because at the end of April, when we did the drop off, we got another, it was like 15. I have those notes somewhere, but I don't have them in this presentation. But in the end, it really doesn't matter. It's just it's just consistency of doing these and asking for the reviews and asking for the reviews until you get them. So we had our final one in April. So in May, we wanted to announce that we had a winner. So somebody physically won. It actually worked out where these people were a buyer and a seller. So they had wrote a review right after they had bought a house. And then when they went to sell their other house, we were able to give them the iPad they won at that time. And we did a drawing on Facebook and Instagram Live. So it's out there for everyone. But we wanted to immediately hit another group of people with some more stuff right at their door. So in May, we did another drop off. You can see on this one, we have, 100 pot holders, 100 pizza cutters. Now, those pizza cutters from Discount Mug are the most popular thing we've ever gotten anyone. Like people talk about, I will go to somebody's house or talk about something and they'll literally still have those pizza cutters, or they'll literally call us and say, hey, can we get another pizza cutter? We broke ours, after 2 or 3 years. So if you're going to do something, those are really good fan favorites. And you can see we just put it in like a pan, like a cooking pan foil thing, very cheap, inexpensive. We put some salsa from a local company that donates most of their proceeds back to a really cool organization. So we put them in there, and then we threw in the bag of chips. We put a little Memorial Day cocktail and dessert recipe and dropped them off. This again, each drop off garnered anywhere from 10 to 15 reviews. Some of the postcards would do, anywhere from, I would say 6 to 18 to 20. It just depends. Like that one had a really good turnaround on that. So after this particular drop off, we realized we didn't get one single review. And we were like, new group of people, we were like, this is the pizza cutter. Like everybody should love this. And so for some reason, I thought, let me check that QR code. Well, the QR code didn't work on that drop off. So again, we just sent them a postcard. We made fun of ourselves. That was the front of it. And then we said, oh my God, that was so embarrassing. That was broke. But the trick to this one is we sent it to everyone. So even the people that we had previously sent stuff by mail but hadn't dropped off anything, we didn't say for your baskets, we just said it was broke. So they could have easily gotten a postcard last time and just forgot to give us the review. So we were like, hey, we'll just send this out to everyone. So then we knew, so of course we get to June and July and we're busy selling real estate and going on vacation and living our life. So we knew those things were going to be mailers. So that's why you'll see it's not like we did like a mailer drop off, a mailer. We just did it around holidays. We did it like whenever we could make it work. So this one was just like a little cute postcard that we sent out announcing the giveaway. This is, again, reminding them there was a winner. Here's her review. That was really cool because she wrote a good long one. And it was good for other people to see that, to see that review on there so they could get an idea of what they can write about us. Then we went to Labor Day. So Labor Day, we had our last giveaway done at the end of July. Here's our winner. So we're like, okay, now we've had 2 winners. So we're going to send this. We're going to drop off baskets. Now we picked the people that we previously dropped off but hadn't given us a review yet. And then we sprinkled it in with people that had given us a review after the drop off because we didn't want people to think after you give them a review, after you give them a review, they're never coming back. That wasn't the case. So this one we went in and you'll see like the pot holders. We had extra pot holders, so we threw those in there. The barbecue sauce is a local company here. We gave it's just, just little things in there. None of this stuff is inventive and everybody could probably do a much better job, but it's just what we did at the time and it worked for us. We also ordered some more different koozies for this one. Koozies are really people really like koozies. So those are always favorites. We also, in our stories, because some people have asked me when I've done this, well, what about the clients that you don't drop it off to? Not one person's ever gotten mad at us. Not one person's, because we're in our stories making these baskets. Like, we want our clients to know we didn't just pay, this gifting service to go and drop. Like, we did this. And we did this as a team. We planned this out as a team. We dropped off 60 baskets in a 3-hour period as a team. Like, everything is like systemized. And we want to show that. And we do that through our Instagram and Facebook stories. So when we got to October, we knew that we like to give annual market reports. So we wanted to make sure that everybody got a CMA because everything looked really good last year or the year before or whatever. So we did but what we did on this one, we changed for 2022. So on this one, all we did was say, hey, don't forget to write us a review. And if you want a CMA, scan this. It went to a landing page. They could fill it out and we would do a CMA on their house. When we fast forward to doing it last year, we just dropped off the CMA in the basket. We didn't ask them. We just dropped it off. This one, we got 2 listings from it. And then when we dropped them off last time, we got 2 listings from it. And you say, oh, it's a past client or what? One of the clients had bought a house from us from an online lead and closed really quickly. And then 8 months later, bought a house again. So there was no absolute guarantee that person was going to automatically come back to us because their situation changed. They were like under contract for another house. So we truly believe that came back to us because we dropped off that market evaluation. And they're like, it was like the perfect timing for them. Like, we didn't even give a chance for somebody. We didn't give a chance for them to go and ask for, a CMA from somebody else. We were like, hey, this is us. And again, we asked for reviews. This was key. This is like one of my clients that had some of the swag on and stuff. And he just was a cute client. And we put that in our stories. They would tag us and things when we dropped them off. So in this one, we kind of went out a little bit. We got rid of everything. So we're like, okay, next year we're going to do newer stuff. So we got rid of the koozies, chip clips, pizza cutters. Again, we're dropping this off. Some of the same people, some new people. We have a system, but again, it just do whatever, works for you guys. Then we brought some stuff for the kids. The little blinking light was like for Halloween, for trick-or-treating and stuff like that. So in this basket, you can see it's all the stuffed in there with some candy. And then we have some Halloween safety tips. Then we have some winterization tips, nothing, inventive. We literally use the exact same information the following year and just change the background. So in the month of November, you'll see that there's not anything. And this is why I tell you it's just a whole well-rounded thing. So I spent that time, we made a list, and I personally reached out to people. I called, I did video texts, I chat, I asked for reviews. That was another good spike in our reviews. So that one and the 1-star postcard were probably the 2 that kind of peaked it, because there were so many people that I had just dropped off stuff and they really did have every intention to do it. They just got a bit busy. But when I called them, I'm like, here, I'm going to text it to you. You can do it right when you get off the phone. We got a really good response. So when it came time to Christmas, we decided not to ask for reviews, not to announce anything, nothing. Just tell them, hey, here's a gift. We dropped this off. We did over 100 of we did over 100 of these. Like this was one that we dropped off to a good, like pretty much everybody that was local radius that, bought a house in our area that was still living there. I deal a lot with investors and these houses turn into rentals and things like that. So that's how we ended the year. And so we ended the year with over 100. We had 105 5-star reviews. So from going from 15 to 105. And I'll just kind of speed through this. How are we on time? Yeah, we're probably pretty quick. Okay, I'll just speed through this a little bit quicker.
We may need a part 3.
We might. So I'll just go over kind of what we did. So we wanted to do the same thing for the following year. So I just bought an office. We were like, hey, this is our new location. Same thing, same list from the spring of last year, same tips. Then we dropped off a gift. So instead of doing a mail out for March, we dropped it off. We just did a Lucky Charms box with lottery tickets and a card and this balloon. Which hindsight, if they don't have a front entry garage, it kind of looks freaky on their front door, like a horror movie of just a balloon floating at their front door. So we got some calls from our clients. It was kind of funny. Then you'll see we didn't do one other drop off until we got to Halloween. So in Halloween, we did everything that we did before, same things, all the things. We put our marketing plan in there because we were redoing our marketing plan for 2023. So we had extras. So we put that in there. Then we did a equity report is what we were calling it. And then you can see we had another drop-off bag and then just some more stuff. And this is just another glimpse of the stuff that was inside. See, same list, all of that. This is kind of how we would announce a winner. I don't think you even need to do that part of it. I think that the specialized gifts and dropping them off in the way that we did is what really helped out. So obviously, I mean, this worked. We're on the first page of Google. Right now we have 192 reviews. And we're about to really so we're going to spend the next 3 months really focusing on getting, our goal is to get 50 reviews by the end of the year. So we have a whole nother marketing plan and all that. So basically that's all it. This is and one thing I can talk about maybe again is that, just how to get the reviews, how to get them outside of this, but during the transaction, we can talk about stuff like that. But pretty much that's about it. There's actually a little bit more to it, but we can do that later.
Of course there's more to it, but we only got 2 minutes left. Guys, if you joined us late, if you missed that was literally a step-by-step presentation on how she built her Google review funnel. But I think you had the added benefit as I'm listening through this. I just realized something I didn't think about the first time. Yes, a lot of these are almost old school pop buys in a way. And as you're doing this,
yes.
To get Google reviews, you're also reconnecting with clients,
it doesn't have to be expensive or crazy, planned out. It's literally a pop buy.
Yeah, but my guess is it also not only was around the focus getting Google reviews, but it got you top of mind with your past clients in your sphere that probably generated referrals and other conversations, correct?
100%. And just like I said, with the one client that they bought 8 months before that, would any of us think that a seller, they just bought 8 months ago, I'm not going to hit them very hard. We hit them hard anyway. We're like, here's a market analysis of your home. And they literally, we listed the following month and we sold it 30 days later. So we sold that house twice in 12 months.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
If people have questions, by the way, so go back and rewatch. If you go to agentpowerhuddle.com or go to any podcast platform, you can hear the first time she broke this down because we did a little Q&A. This time was more of a step-by-step presentation. If people still have questions that they're later, they're trying to implement some of this, what's the best way for someone to connect with you?
So I'm at Cassie Spears Team on all platforms. So you can message me on any of that or on Facebook, just my name with no blue check mark, no bot check mark.
Cassie, this is awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
No problem.
This is so good. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourself. We're here tomorrow with Amy Izzo doing her Wednesday spill and tea. And Cassie, seriously, every time I hear you talk about this, I get excited. It's so good.
It works. We have 2 organic Google listings closing this month. So it's
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful day, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.